I never thought a complete stranger from Des Moines, Iowa, would be one to call me about photos of naked men in National Geographic. But there I was, clutching my kitchen wall phone. It was the mid 90s, and that magazine had made an announcement that for the first time in their history, they would start publishing letters to the editor. And wouldn't you know it, in that very same issue, they gave me something to write about. You see, there was a story about a national park in California that had a clothing optional area. And unlike Playboy, which of course everyone bought for the articles, you got National Geographic for the photographs. And there they all were, in their natural glory, a group of old naked men standing around a blazing campfire. I mean, of course, who wants to wear clothes standing around a campfire when they could catch a spark? For that matter, why would anybody walking around in the wilderness want to cover up? Insects, beating sun, wild boars? Who cares? We're old guys. We're free and naked. My first reaction to that photograph was, ew. My second was, oh boy, National Geographic, have I got a letter for you? So I wrote one sentence. The only time I want to see old naked men in your magazine is if they've been dead at least 1,000 years. Sincerely, comma, Barbara E., Glastonbury, Connecticut. Now, I have looked everywhere for that magazine that I thought I saved for years, but it's lost in the 90s somewhere. You'll just have to imagine my name in print right underneath my one little wise guy sentence. And if you're close to my age, you'll remember those early days of email. And you could just picture me dashing off my little literary contribution from my AOL address on my gateway computer. The letter had to include my phone number, and thanks to the newfound speed of the internet, the National Geographic letters editor called me the very next day to verify that I had actually written the letter. Fortunately, she and I shared a similar sense of humor, otherwise known as smart-aleck, because she was laughing almost as soon as I answered the phone. Yeah, she got the joke. National Geographic, old dead guys, ancient mummies, preserved men found in peat bogs in Scotland, encased in ice in Finland or somewhere where there's a lot of ice, that kind of naked. A month or so passes, and you know what? My snarky, although I don't think snarky was even a word we used then, snarky letter is hot off the press in the brand new issue sitting in my mailbox. And I'm looking through there, I'm feeling all proud and Weisenheimerish. And then my phone rings. It's early morning, and I'm dashing around the kitchen trying to get my second graders' lunch together. Now I'm tethered by a 20-foot coiled phone cord, which was attached to the wall then, and I'm gathering up peanut butter and jelly and juice boxes and filling a baggie full of Oreos. Hello? Is this Barbara E. of Glastonbury, Connecticut? Did you send a letter to the National Geographic? Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm thinking, oh, I've got another fan. He introduced himself as John something or other from Des Moines, Iowa. Oh, well, that was definitely the first person I'd ever spoken to from Iowa. A Midwest aficionado of smart aleck humor? Who knew? John found me easy. Remember in those days, 411? He dialed it for my area, spoke to a real human being known as Information. Barbara E. in Glastonbury, Connecticut, please. Got it. We'll call. And of course, I'm going to answer because caller ID, that's a future dream I never could have come up with. So John from Des Moines starts praising my letter, except his tone isn't exactly upbeat. He's very serious. He tells me he completely agrees with me. I'm kind of laughing, and then he says he doesn't like the direction the magazine's been going in, and people need to speak up. It's more than 30 years later, and I can still see myself facing into the pantry, phone cradled in my neck, reaching for the Skippy, my eyes squinting. I'm trying to figure out where is good old John from Des Moines, Iowa going with all this disagreeable agreeing. I mean, sure, I wanted compliments, so I tried. I was just being like a smart aleck. Oh no, he said, it's necessary. Huh? Finally, I asked, John, did you actually see the photograph I was referring to? Well, no, I did not. I'm blind. I get the Braille edition. I don't remember exactly what sound came out of me, probably some type of polite but suppressed laughter. I do remember my son saying, "What's funny, Mommy? I'll tell you when you're in sixth grade." Now, I've told that story and laughed about it for more than 30 years. And I've changed my mind about a lot of things over those decades. But when it comes to old naked men, now that I have first-hand knowledge, I stand by my original position. So here's my call to action, as they call it on YouTube. Septuagenarians, put your clothes on already.